Okay, recording has begun. It's time. RPG Maker MZ came out yesterday. Played around with it a little bit, and it's time, boys. Turbo Quest 3. If any of you are making a Turbo Quest 3 already, the rule is if mine comes out first, you have to rename yours, and if yours comes out first, I have to rename mine. So if one of you wants to make a Turbo Quest 3 and finish it before I finish this will become Turbo Quest 4. Copying files. So laying down some info up front, I'm going to only be using built-in files for this. I'm not going to download like music or graphics or plugins or anything of the sort. So only what's already in the project. Exception number 1, character generator. I am allowed to use the character generator and import files I create with it. Exception number 2 is something I have an idea I have in my head that will not be revealed tonight. It will be something for the end of the game. If the game ends up going in a direction I'm currently thinking it might. There is one particular graphic, or well, two graphics I would need to import, I think, to make what I've got in mind, but it might not go there, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to get mapping. I have an opening cutscene in mind. First thing, it's good to listen to music while you work. Makes the stream a little better too. So let's listen to just the chill tunes of Field 2. Built-in music to this is quite good, actually. I've listened to a good fair bit of it already. Got it on 20% volume, so hopefully it's not deafening to anyone. I did do a small audio test before I started the stream. So also one other note, my Window's at 4K resolution. It's down at 1080 on the stream. You might not be able to read everything perfectly. If you ever want me to point out what anything says, please tell me. Oh, I've already created my project. Okay. So what I like to do is make a separate map for the opening cutscene. In fact, one thing I kind of tend to do, and I'll show it off later, is you do like folders with my maps, but the default map 1, I'm going to kill it. In fact, no, I'm not going to kill it. I'm going to kill opening cutscene and rename map 1. That's the power play. The window... I don't even know how to use the Windows magnifier. Like, I know it exists, but... Alright. Let's see, opening cutscene. Oh, first, one bit of preparation, of course, I need to have a starting character. Rename Buck for now. Buck is not what I'm going to have as the starting party in the opening cutscene, though. Blank party member. This person will not be able to use the menu. It's just a really cool, elegant, shitty way of... like, you go... Where is it? So that's the starting party. Yeah, I could put a speedrun counter, put like splits for like different shit I wanted to do in the game if I really wanted to go hard with this. And I'm going to go kind of fast. Like, I'm not going to put too much care into mapping. I'm not going to be like intentionally shitty like the first Turbo Quest. Like, I'm not just going to like diarrhea all over the map and call it a map. Let's see, and I don't even know these default tile sets that well, but let's see what I can make. Oh, one other thing I want to do off the bat is System 2. They have built-in resolution options. So I'm going to make this 1280 by 720, the game. Just so when you boot up the game, which I've forgotten the shortcut key to, it looks like this. I might change the title screen to a different built-in graphic and or music, or I might keep it the same. This kind of a pleasant option. Also, this has touch controls now. That's a newer RPG Maker development. Anywho, put our Field 2 back on. I don't until I figure out what I'm gonna come up with music later, but I do have an idea for the opening cutscene, and it needs to be a particular way because there is one particular facet of the RTP that makes making this game a little complicated, and I'm going to go over that after the opening cutscene. So that's our starting graphic. We'll just leave it there. So like I said, I don't really know. I know this has like all these different graphics, so let's try some walls out. And is that okay? That is meant to be a floor. Just put a floor. Don't even need an exit to this room. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake being made in RPG Maker was a little out there. I mean, a bold move of them to save money on, you know, creating a new engine, as Square Enix likes to do, but yeah, I don't know. It's panned out for them okay. I heard good things about Final Fantasy VII Remake. People have complimented the graphics in that, so a shout out to RPG Maker. Oh god, I'm on the spot now. You're seeing how actually bad at mapping I really am. Let's see, what's the most mechanical looking? Because I want to build a bit of a machine here. Let's see, do we have like colored windows or something, for example? Let's just pick some shitty looking mechanical parts. Ooh, what's this? Okay, that's a thing you can use. You know what? We'll go with it, and we'll go with that. What kind of doors do we have? Ooh, yes, that's actually the kind of bullshit I have in mind. Though these are, I guess these aren't really animated. Though you could, actually, wait. If I do stepping and direction fix. Let's just test play that real quick. That's funny, but it's not what I want. Scene 1. Yeah, in real talk, Final Fantasy VII Remake, it looks neat, and I mean that in the sense that I'm sure it's good and people like it, but I am not actually interested in playing it. Like, it's cool that it exists and all, but... And I'm kind of interested in learning more about the story crap they did, but I don't know. It just doesn't look like something I'm interested in playing. All right, this will work. Let's put 2 of these. We're not being picky about graphics here. Let's see, we need some scientists in this room too. Any of these guys have a lab coat? They've got some like SF, by the way, stands for sci-fi. It's something they've added to. I think since MV they added the sci-fi bit to the RTP. It's some nice variety. Like if you want cars or motorcycles, that's built in now. What the hell are these? They're like mechs? Alright, well, I'll rename these in case I need to move them. You know, this is honestly fine. Let's put a bit more bullshit to make this more look like a machine. Yeah, let's put some pipes. couple test tubes, more tubes. Good enough. We're not picky here. Put a panel, I guess, for one of them operating it. And let's fuck with the floor a little bit more. Not really taking time to learn what the best graphics are for these occasions, but... Alright, time to write some dialogue. Do an auto run event. Nothing says JRPG sci-fi like lava. Yeah. Especially if it's green lava. Let's see, sci-fi. Okay, we don't have faces. By the way, there's a clown monster in the RTP for MZ. So think about that one. Oh, okay, we do have these things, which look like what I just put on the field. And there's a name box also. That's a new added. Guy on the left. Let's see. Sir, the procedure completed successfully. Porculation on subject BK2 went flawlessly. And feel free to guess at what I'm hinting at with any of this dialogue, by the way. What aspect of the RTP I am playing around. This is totally a way to explain away something that RPG Maker did to me. Guy on the right. I need to read. There's this little line here that shows you how far these go. And it's like this line is where it goes if you have a face, and the edge is where it goes if you don't have a face. So I need to be mindful not to get my text truncated. That's if you use the monospace font that it provides. You can change the font, but if you do that, then your preview here is kind of out the window. Is Buckpuck a pig in this one? Oh, you've gotten very warm already, yeah. Keeping the typo. Alright. That's going to be the end of that cutscene. By the way, you know, you already guessed it, so I'm going to spoil for it. Yeah, Buck is a pig in this game. The RTP, where the chicken was in MV, now lies a pig. Gamma, no. Turbo Quest 3 will not explicitly acknowledge the events of Turbo Quest 1 and 2, but all 3 games are canon. It is up to the editors of Turbo Quest Wiki to, 1, establish a Turbo Quest Wiki, and 2, put the pieces together and form a cohesive storyline out of all 3 games. But yeah, they mix it up. It used to be a chicken and a horse. Now it's a pig and a fox. I don't know why they did it. I think it's probably a good thing, just because this is compatible with everything from MV. Like the graphics are the same size and everything, so you could just use the MV chicken. And the piece I planned on potentially importing at the end of the game is the chicken from MV to have Buck Buck gain his form in the ending. Needless to say, there is no battler, so he'll be the default. Yeah, Zelda series, good one. That I continue to be at the stance that the Zelda timeline is fake. They retconned that in so that they could say they have a timeline and appease all the nerds online, saying, "Well, it's about Zelda timeline. It needs to know what order the Zeldas come in." All right, so that's gonna fade to black. Do a second run. Actually, probably don't need that. Let's see. We're gonna fade the screen. Oh, just fade out screen. I don't remember if they had fade out, fade in, or if you had to, like, specify fade and then put the color as black. We're gonna wait like I don't know, 10 or 5 seconds. Play or on first. This music's a little crazy. Oh, hold on, that's loud. Let me do my listening in here and then my choosing from the other box. So I want it to be at full volume in game, but not while I'm listening to it on the stream. Want to find music for this cutscene. Damn, you had to write your own script. Was there no way to do it, like, to just jerry rig it with, like, you know, tint screen and make all the things 0 or something? Yeah, it's weird how, like, the RPG makers have generally improved from entry to entry, but there's always, like, something that was in an old one that's not in a new one. Because I guess they rebuild it each time rather than just building on the same code base. This being an exception, I think this is, like, directly built onto MV. It's very, like, this is 90% the same as MV. So if you've used MV, then you've mostly used MZ. Of course, doing Past Saga in MV, I'm very familiar with it. It sounds mysterious enough. We're going with it. Scene 5 it is. I wish this did like Windows Explorer, where if you type SC, it goes to the first SC rather than going to S and then back up to C. That's a newer, I think a newer feature in Windows Explorer that's really handy when browsing files. Let's see, play sound effect. You got an explosion sound or something? Cool. Wow, I'm a great typist. Now, Buck Buck is going to be saved. Yeah, it does have a bit of Persona influence. In fact, there's a lot of the musics in this RTP that I think, wow, that's totally like a certain game's style. Like, there's one that sounds like just straight out of Xenoblade. One of the battle themes is like Atelier, just on the nose. So, let's see. So let's see, Buck, you know, he's gotta have his lady friend. So I'm gonna generate a party member for Buck. So check this out. I'm gonna click randomize, and then I'm gonna whatever character I get, they're gonna have these crying eyes because I was playing with this last night, and the crying eyes are just hilarious to me because of like how wide open they are. It reminds me of like One Piece or Kirby or just any other thing where it's just funny crying faces. In MV, the generator, like the kid has like the kid eyes are a little more like they're not as wide open. That's a funny face though with the default, but like they're not as wide open, so they're not as funny. But this one, they're just like wide open eyes. But anyway, I'm gonna click randomize on the female one time, ship it, and then change the eyes to crying. Unless she has glasses on or something that covers the eyes. If there's an eye covering, I'll reroll. Okay, so let's go. Cool. There's our party member. So let's see. I'm just calling part because we don't have a name for her. If any of you want to name this character, if you want to give a name to Party 1, please tell me. Ooh, what's this mysterious folder? Bet you wish you could see inside this one, right? I just named her Party. Guess we have a duplicate file in there. Cool. By the way, I've got a bit of a thunder going on outside here. I probably won't lose power, but if anything happens, that's what happened to me. Alright, so this character is being reskinned. Alright, so we need a name. I could just go with the default Priscilla if we wanted to be maximum lazy. Does anyone have a preference for the name of this character? Cool, Priscilla it is. And then after this, I'm not going to put her face or name. Just familiar voice. And then after that, we will go to the next. Let's see. This will just be like an outside field or something. See, transfer player. Actually, while we're faded out, it's a good time to change the party to put Buck in. Goddamn, where is change party member? They never really change the order of these, but I never remember where anything is anyway. Those need to be in opposite order. Because if you try to remove when you have one in your party, I think it just doesn't remove them. So you need to add so you have two, and then remove so you have one. That's pro tips from the RPG Maker Master. So this will just be a field, you know, throw some of this grassy stuff. By the way, I like the RTP a lot in this game. It's like super bright and colorful, almost obnoxiously so in places. Put some trees. It's just a random clearing. Ooh, that looks yucky. We don't want that. There we go. good mouse work on my part. Direction facing left. So, welcome to the Turbo Quest. Making a game, doing it live. If you have suggestions, let me know. Let's see. I'm about to test and show what I have so far. Let's see. Let's just fade in screen. Hopefully that works as I think it does. All right. By the way, this also works with the controller. So, sir, the procedure completed successfully. Porcolation, I need to fix that. The cutoff. Porcolation on subject BK2 went flawlessly.
Excellent. Now that the last of them has been porcolated, we can start shutting down the factories.
I'm not going to read every text, I'm sorry. Wow, look at that door. I totally, you know what, we're keeping it. It's a little bit of animation to give a nice touch to the cutscene. All right, that's where we are. I'm going to shorten that wait time a little bit. 5 seconds is longer in reality than it may sometimes seem. So that's 2.5 seconds now. This needs to have regular music and not mysterious cutscene music. Right, volume. What was that thing I just clicked on? Count. Okay, we're going with this. See, we're gonna split that and get real fancy by putting the where is character balloon question mark? Show balloon icon, that's it. Putting a second emote. Is there one that's like laughter emote? Good enough. God, I don't know any pig puns. Like, chicken, it's easy because you just say clucked up a lot. Or you say, you know, hen, are you doing? Or, you know. But with pigs, I don't know. What's the pig idea? There we go. That needs to get in the game. Mother Oinker. Yeah, we'll have to find that put that in the game somewhere too. Experience points. Doing that right now. Terms, is that where it is? I don't know if that'll show up as I need it to, but experience points is in. Here's the default terms. They don't seem to be quite as Englishy as they've been in some RPG makers. Yeah, they've improved them a bit. MV had some bizarre orders of words. Squealing like a pig. I don't think there's any banjo music, unfortunately, in the RTP. I think there's maybe a few songs I haven't listened to, but I'm not expecting just like, wailing, dueling banjos ass country music. Like, I don't think that's in this game. Alright, so Priscilla's going to join the party here. What the hell was I doing just... Yeah, set movement route, that's right. So, through on, move right twice. I think that's all I had to do. Oh, I need to make her join the party. That's a cool and good idea. Let's see, a little jingle to play with this. That is excessive. We're going with it. Hey, Buck, quit hogging. Okay, I got that one. That took me a moment. Alright. Now, I want to showcase it. One other thing they've started doing in new RPG makers is just give you a shit ton of sample maps that you can just download in your project. I am largely not going to use these. However, I am going to use a world map, this Ghetto Earth world map, just to save a bit of time. Yeah, they're neat maps, generally pretty well done and good at showing off what the tile sets are capable of. But you can see they made Earth here. Japan is extremely large and in the center of the map. So you know we're in old school JRPGs with that. America is over here. Florida is a death castle now. South America's lava. They built the wall in this map. So yeah, they did that. See, Canada has a desert near it for some reason. So this Earth is a little, you know, it's a little off-brand. Greenland is like, they didn't even put Greenland on here. It's just like there's North America and then like there's Britain. And Britain's just snow. Like it doesn't have a London or there's Europe, but see, we got these islands right here, which are just kind of there. I don't know if those islands are even real, like on a world map. Here's Africa, which they did. I guess Africa's got a lot of sand, so they kind of did that right. Egypt, though, Egypt's looking a little off. Madagascar, present and accounted for. I think South Africa isn't supposed to be a desert. I think they got that one wrong. Australia. Hey, Swarm, David. Here's your homeland. Is this accurate to Australia? With all this greenery in the middle, you know, a nice little road, a castle up here. This is where the capital of Australia is, right? Like right up here. And it's just mountains on the coast. Like no one lives on the east coast of Australia. It's a lie. New Zealand is 2 islands with the. Okay. Anyway, oh, here's Hawaii, I guess. Where's Buck from, you guys? Tell me what part of the world Buck's from. See, we gotta vote for Madagascar. So that's right here. And I'll probably have to edit this world map to make it like actually traversable in points. We got Florida, which is I think Florida should be like the final boss because this place right here. This looks like Florida Man's been there and been done with it. Though I guess it's an island, so it's more like Cuba or something. Florida, like. They really fucked up America. Like, America, like, it got its dick cut off just straight up. There's no penis attached to America. Like, there should be just a big old dong right here. Like, you see any, like, child drawing of America, and it's just like, Also, they got the South as a desert, and like, what the hell? The South is a swamp. Like, get it right. I'm gonna fix that. Here, this is what the South actually looks like. Put Florida on the map too. It looked, yeah, I don't know. It looked too dry to be a beach. Yeah, swamp, but the South, totally like that, with like extra trees on it. Ah, yeah, Bugs Bunny sawed off Florida, you're right. Ooh, and there's of course a Death Island in the middle of the map. I like the idea though of like Florida Florida being the end of the game. So I'm gonna have Buck start in this little town right here. This is I guess this is around like Illinois, Indiana. So it's kind of close to where Rick lives. Shout out to King Rick 56, living in the Midwest in Wisconsin, which is gonna be Wisconsin's probably like right here. Alright, the town will be homemade. We have a name for Buck's town. We could just call it like Wisconsin. This is where Buck's from, is the town of Wisconsin. Crunkville. Crunkville should be like the second town. That's like where you go to get crunk. You know what? Let's do that. I'm going to put 2 maps on here. Crunkville will be a town. It will not be the first town, but it will be a town. Southampton. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Southampton is the name of the... I don't even know what Southampton is, but the name works for this location. Like, when I think Southampton, I think this part of the map, so... This music I'm playing now, yeah, that'll be Southampton's music. Oh, Hampton. There. World map's gotta have music too. That's the music. Let's see. Let's do a quick test now. By the way, this game, RPG Maker MZ has autosave. I don't know yet how it works. Like, what triggers it, or when, or why. I will have to look into that. I might go back in and add like a flash or something when the explosion happens. Ooh, that's loud. Oh, I forgot to actually make the cutscene end. Whoopsie daisy. We need to transfer to a map where the auto run event isn't just gonna keep playing. And is transparent just like not work? I thought that. Let's try that. Actually, and add the red flash while I'm thinking of it. And fix the dialogue being cut off. Flash. Red. I might disable the autosave until I figure out how it works, because I'm going to be annoyed at clicking continue and it loads like some bullshit autosave the game made. Alright, it probably didn't flash the screen because the screen is faded to black. That's fine. I'm not going to sweat all the details. There's going to be mistakes in the dialogue and everything. Oh, I see. I know what happened. The Priscilla character on the map disappeared properly, but because she joined my party and because you have followers in this, that's what it was showing. All right, that's fine. Oh yeah. Load file 1. Listen to that. That's world map music, motherfuckers. You have a run button in this, by the way. Here's the menu, by the way. It's you know, it's got your your usual RPG Maker stuff. He is a pig, not a. Why is he a pig? You can do that. You have a touch UI in this too. Except you don't here. There's not like a closed game, which is a little odd, but I just Alt F4 it. All right, Southampton. Time to make a town. If you got ideas for buildings that should be in Southampton, let me know. My only current plans are we need to have Buck's house, and we need to have a place for the doctor to live. My current thought process is the doctor will cure Buck. We'll need to go retrieve some magic relics or something, and then they like throw them in the cauldron or whatever doctor stuff, put him in a syringe and just like stab Buck in the eyeball, and he gets his beak and feathers. I'm sure it'll work. Breakfast buffet restaurant. All right. Yeah, everyone in chat suggest like one building, and I'll probably just put everyone's suggestions in the town, like just real sloppy, lazy. Like, let's see, making a town. Have like a skeleton of the layout. Just have some paths. We draw this real shitty. Like, I can refine it a little bit later. Like right now, I'm just sketching out the layout. That was way too big. Put some different wall textures. See, that's gonna be a building. See, Buck's house will be up in the back corner. What is this? It's a fancy dark wall. See, this is gonna put a roof on this. We can make that the inn. We need to have an inn in town, right? I don't know if that's a hanging sign or a wall-mounted sign, but I'm just going to plaster it there. No time to explain. Those, I don't know if those line up quite perfectly. Oh well, who cares? Onward we go. This looks stupid as hell. This is evil castle right here. Guess that's the doctor's office, isn't it? Let's see, any of these look doctorly. By the way, one thing about the graphics in this, if everything looks crusty on your end, remember that I'm on a 4K monitor with 150% like text upscale, and so the images get a little crusty on my end as a result of that. And then the downscale back to 1080p for the stream. So you can still see what's going on. Holy shit. Listen to that dubstep stanky battle music that I just randomly clicked on. Alright, that's a jam right there. Actually, what was Town 2? I want to keep listening to the music. It's good to listen to the music of the place you're working on while you're working on it, so that you can be like, yeah, I'm in the mood. Alright, so put some doors on these. We'll decorate them a little more later. Alright, breakfast buffet restaurant. So that's next. We'll make something a little bit fancier for this. I think, let's see. Okay, they do have the slanted roofs. Nice. See, do they have is this what I'm looking for? You know what? Yeah, that is what I'm looking for. By the way, don't think too hard about this. By the way, one other thing this has is layers. I could be doing the mapping manually on layers. For Turbo Quest, I'm not going to bother. Like, if I make a mistake, I'm just going to delete the tile and remake it. Rather than trying to manage these things so that mistakes don't happen to begin with. By the way, it never rains here, so having a flat roof like this is not a problem. You don't have to worry about it being crushed by water or anything. Also, you can... I don't want to do that. You could do shift if you want to have it like not do, you know, the auto tile stuff it does. That's been in RPG Maker for like forever. I think that was added. That might have been back in 2000. Alright, we got Windows. Shout out to Windows. If you use Microsoft Windows, this one will be on the edge. We don't care. In fact, let's put 4 windows right there. It makes no sense, but we're rolling with it. Put a few trees. Happy little trees. Anyway, let's see. That's a breakfast buffet. Ooh. There we go. That'll connect to the main path. Put some grass ovals. Decorate the place. Got more trees. I swear, guys, I normally put much more care into my mapping than this, but this is a new tile sets, and it's Turbo Quest, and it's being, you know, shat out rapidly on stream. So, put some vegetables here. This is the food that they use for the. Yeah. Oh, the rectangle tool in particular is so useful. Like, I probably use that more than the pencil. Anyway, connect this. This and this. A pig pen out back, yes. Let's see, where's the fences at? I think there's a fence in this tile set. Oh, this is it, I think. We're gonna do this and this. And we'll have some pigs in there. That's gonna look really stupid, and yeah, the auto tile fences are nice. I think that's a new addition. I don't think those were in the old tile sets, because it used to have like, jeez, I just used my hand to point at the screen, but it used to have like this much space dedicated to like a square of fences, and then all the different little angles it could turn at. So yeah, auto tile fence is a nice thing to have. See, make this place a little more lively. Put a river through it. This is gonna look so bad. I don't know how to use these graphics at all. Hey Konguo, welcome. The story so far, first of all, I'm making Turbo Quest 3, which is a sequel to Turbo Quest 2, and which is itself a sequel to Turbo Quest 1. Turbo Quest 1 is a game I made in like 2007. I made it as a joke in like 3 hours. It was about a chicken called Buck Buck. Buck Buck was the protagonist in 2 as well, and in this game he's been turned into a pig because RPG Maker MZ does not have a chicken graphic. In the last version they had a chicken here, but they have a pig now, so you know, we improvise when we're you know, faced with restrictions like that. So I decided I'm using RTP graphics only, not importing stuff for this. This is just a quick game I'm making on stream. It's not going to be good at all. Like, probably by this time tomorrow, I'm going to do a stream today and then maybe a stream tomorrow around the same time. And tomorrow, after tomorrow, the game will be finished. Whatever I have done at the end of tomorrow's stream, that will be the end of the game. It was called Turbo Quest from the beginning because I just made it in a hurry. Like, I logged on to IRC one day and said, hey guys, I'm going to make an RPG Maker game, BRB. And then in a few hours, I'm like, okay guys, here, I made a game. It was really bad. It's kind of just a fun thing to do, though. Yeah, like this house right here, this looks better than anything in the first Turbo Quest. Like Turbo Quest 1, when I wanted to make a house, I did shit like this. Turbo Quest 1 is the game you make when you like really have to use the bathroom, but you're not allowed to actually go to the toilet until you release a completed game. Wow, that looks bad. That I don't know what I was thinking with that. I was just thinking, something needs to be there. See, they have like benches and stuff on this tile set. I know some town style sets they've made have benches, but I don't know if that's an always thing. That might also be in the the sci-fi tile set. Ooh, windows. Yeah, you got windows you can add. Cool. All right, so Buck Buck's home is up in the left corner. Decorate this a bit. Boom. This one has 4 windows. Actually, wait. So that's the restaurant and doctor's office. There's not exactly a doctor's office. Put this on it. And this will have a sign that says it's Buck Buck's house. Alright, we improvise. You know what, you're right, Gamma. Way too much care put into this. Like, I'm sorry, I just like mapping. I've made some kick-ass maps before in RPG Maker, but this is you know what? This is it. This is the whole town. That's the nice, because you're right. We need to hustle. We need a few NPCs though. Turbo Quest fashion, all will be moving randomly. You know, banging out dialogue, literally just putting the first bullshit conversations I can think of. Don't forget pig pun names. Let's see, Porcupine. Shout out to that Family Feud, I think it was. Or there was like, name something that ends with pork, and someone says Cupine. Lancelot Tepig. Let's see, new things in MZ. If you're familiar with MV, it is like 90% the same as MV. The biggest new changes is it has a side view. Well, MV had a side view. It has a active time battle system that you can turn on or off. I'll show you here. It's got right here if you want active or wait. And then it's got other things. I'm not going to spend much time on the stream. See, is there a portrait? There probably is. I didn't. Let's see. Yeah, let's give her a portrait. She's a major NPC now. Yeah, she's been promoted. And in fact, let's give her a name too. Her name is Tepig. That's one of actually, this is new to MZ. Kongyo is this little name box. So you don't gotta you don't have to like write their name at the top anymore, or like use some goofy plugin for that, like you've had to do in recent things. Let's see, oh shit, we need one more NPC to occupy this area. Let's see, what else do we got? Ooh, let's put some lore in. Let's put this guy from the beginning cutscene. Shit, where was this guy? This guy was called Guy on the left, remember correctly. All right, there's no conversation with that one. Just change her hue. Yeah, just open the graphics in a graphic editor and just like 180 to hue, and just she'll have like a blue face, but it's fine. NPC just named Sausage. We're doing it. All right, this is where my mouse went. So this is. Alright, Sausage is in the game. By the way, I don't know if you guys can actually like read. Let me look at my stream preview to get a... Alright. How well can you guys read the text as I'm typing it? That's... Because I don't really know how readable this is to you guys. Like, I'm viewing it nicely on my monitor, but you guys... Okay, not at all? Great. Well enough, you say? Okay. Because I figure you guys are viewing a 4K stream downsized to 1080, probably in a smaller window on a Twitch page. Like, you probably don't have it maximized because you got chat open or whatever. See, all right. It's readable. Yeah, I can't read anything. Okay, so we're kind of half and half on readability. Well, when I play Test of Town, I'll talk to some of them. All right, quick. We need to import another. We're gonna desperate times, so we need Buck's house. This is Buck's house. Buck's got. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, Buck has a treasure chest in his house with 88887 gold in it. So that's a little secret for people who explore, help you out a little bit with the beginning of the game. Alright, maybe that was excessive. That's still excessive. Put a treasure. Buck's gotta have a weapon. Is bow a weapon? Actually, wait. Scrofunk requested some. Let's take these bows and give them gun graphics. By the way, shortcut key I'm using to go through the database is F4, F5. F4 goes up, F5 goes down. Real handy keyboard shortcut. So those are guns now. Need to rename these to gun also. We need to make sure that these all say gun properly. Alright, so that'll have a weapon for Buck. Wait, let's make sure Buck can equip gun. Swordsman, equip gun. Let's see. Yeah, he's not going to start with a weapon. Priscilla, I don't know, we'll figure her out later. So we gotta have a treasure chest now with a gun in it. That's weird, my scroll wheel's not working in this thing. short gun. And then a treasure. That hurts you, as requested. Takes 3 damage for the whole party. Alright, that's going to be excessive probably, but, you know, whatever. Let's see, steel hammer, meat shield. Let's see. Where's the shield section? I think I scrolled past it. Yeah. Master typist. Let's see, weapons. Is hammer already a type? It's not. Okay. Well, again, we'll figure it out later. Let's test what we've got. Continue from the handy-dandy safe. Oh no, I forgot to put a teleport. Forgot to put a way into Southampton. Yeah, I really need to be mindful of the text length. See a bit of dialogue. There's sausage. Take it in. Always dash on. So we got 887G, which I need to rename the currency. Probably to Bones. I like the name Bones for currency from Turbo Quest 2. Oh yes, I deleted the switch that makes it open, so it is a repeatable damage source. I also didn't make it. I think I might have made it heal the party instead of damage. Yeah, Gamma. Thanks for the reminder of that, because that was something I meant to put in the game like early, is just a thing to make you go fast. Yeah, no, we need to decrease by 3. Actually, we're gonna lie to him and decrease it by 4. That's sneaky right there. Let's see. This NPC, I think nature had like a fairy or something in it. Yeah. Let's see. Whoosh. Walk speed is fast. And I think this might work the same way as it did in old ones. Let's find out. Set movement route, player. If I just do like move speed up, is that in here? Change speed. 4 times faster. Frequency. highest. All right, this is almost guaranteed bad idea. Yes! Now we're turbo. Set message speed does. There's an NPC later called message. What do you mean set message speed? Was that an option? I might have overlooked that. Let me actually pull the game back up. All right, there's no built-in message speed option. Oh, one other thing I want to look at is the pigs in the pen. Oh yeah, them some good oinkers right there. Wait, let me look at the. Yeah, I still don't know what you're talking about with the set. Like, I get the joke. I just don't know what you're talking about from an implementation perspective for the set message speed. And hell yeah, Seahawk, this is Game of the Year 2021 coming right up. All right, we need to make a doctor's office fast. SF inside. Autoplay BGM. That's what it is. Hold on. We're gonna use this crazy fucking disco wall. What is this, like the club? Is this where the clown enemy is supposed to be? Like, holy shit. Alright. Put these things in here. Put this brain. Wait. Shit, I already. Yeah, I just need quieter music. Mainly with the text input box in a variable. Okay, I'll have to look into that. I don't know if those message speed things like actually carry over between events. Yeah, I'm not gonna put that much work into a message speed joke. At least not in this game. Let's see, we need a hospital bed. Good enough. Let's see, we have a doctor. Or a nurse. I think there's gotta be like an anime nurse in here, right? I know a faster way is to just look at the faces we have. Alright, you know what? The nun is the nurse. If you guys have a name for the nurse in mind, please let me know. I already forgot. People 2 is her portrait. Walking in place, of course. Nurse doctor. Exactly, yeah. DR period is her given name. Porculated. Poor located is. I just thought of that. That's gonna be the worst level pun somewhere. Like poorly located, or like someone's gonna say poorly located instead of porculated. Chickolates is, of course, the opposite of porculate. You'll be beak to normal in no time. All right, everyone name an ingredient that needs to go into the potion. And those will be key items you get from like dungeons or whatever. Everyone in chat gets one ingredient. Literally the plague. That's going to be the last one I list. Ear of turkey. All right, any other suggestions? No one else is doing it, so I'll give Gamma the second one, Toxic Slime. But it's spelled with the C. Hold on, let's spell it with that C. I think it's called a garçon is the name of that accent mark. All right, and a mecha figurine. That'll be 4 items. That should be good enough. So ear of turkey, toxic slime, a mecha figurine, and literally the plague. literally the plague. I'm pretty sure I offended everyone with that accent just now. I'm not sorry, and I will do it again at some point. Alright. Now, check this RPG Maker technology. We're going to use a switch. Talk to Nurse Doctor. That on. People 2 is her sprite sheet. Walking in place, which is stepping. Exactly, yeah. Literally the Nintendo Switch. Literally the Nintendo Switch. They put it in RPG Maker. Those crazy bastards. When you talk to her again, she'll just remind you of the ingredients. So we're good game designers. As for the inn, it's out of order. Door is out of order. Ah, pork rinds. There we go. Check that out. Didn't expect me to come with that one, did you? And that's on player touch. Alright, play test the town. You can actually hold the run button to go slightly slower. You can see it is doing damage now. Optimize. By the way, all the frustration from like not being able to aim where you're walking because of the speed, that's content, baby. That's going to pad the playtime. Yep. All right, that town is done with. Oh wait, a restaurant. Shit. Sorry, Scott. Restaurant's also out of order. We don't have time. I might come back tomorrow and like bang something out. My current plan for this game is I am gonna do a little bit off stream between today and tomorrow. Just so there's some additional surprises for people who've watched the streams but still want to play the game and not be totally spoiled on all of it. So probably like maybe like 1 or 2 hours tomorrow also. Like maybe one of the dungeons I'll do just completely off stream. That way there's some surprises for you guys. See, we're not going to edit the world map a little bit real quick. Actually, let's put a real bridge there. Check this out. Boom. That double bridge right there, which is probably really awkward to walk over with it, with the curves going on. I don't know if there's like I guess there's probably a flat bridge in the graphics. This wooden one, I guess. Let's see, dungeon. Let's listen to that for a bit. See, so we're gonna have 4 dungeons, I guess, corresponding to the. Well, I say we're gonna have 4 dungeons corresponding to the ingredients. Realistically, dev time is gonna force us to cut at least 2 of those, I'll say. See, we need to gate some things off so that people can't go wherever they want. Oh yeah, look at all these overworld tiles with the like roads and stuff. Let's put this. This way is out of order. Turn back. So we'll do the cave, the castle. Those will be the 2 regular dungeons, and then the end of the game will be in here, in this Florida Island hellhole. Which means I'll need to connect those. Or put a boat here. That's actually what my plan is going to be. Make sure there's deep water. I'm going to put... After you get the Buck back, you will unlock the boat. Or maybe. I might not have Buck turn back to normal till the ending. That'd probably be easier. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, let me make sure this is... Okay, this is entirely blocked off, so... We're not even gonna bother unlocking it. We're just gonna put it there. Oh, this is damage floor. Excellent. Oh, the boat's not going to be there because I'm continuing from a save file. Well, we got a way around that. If you touch the crystal, here, if you touch this thing, it's going to be flashy, but if you touch it, it's going to play a sound and summon the boat. That's a hell of a sound. All right, cat sound it is. Set vehicle location. There we go. And I'm not going to block this off. If someone wants to go here and just like take damage, they can. put a sign here that says there. All parts of the map are blocked off. So those will be the 3 dungeons, and then after that, Buck Buck turns back. We're cheating again. I think it's time to cheat. Get a cave dungeon going on. It's really basic. Stone cave. Actually pretty nice looking. I like this. And put a boss at the waterfall. Let's see how long I've been going for. An hour and a half. One thing I'm going to do real quick, actually, is I'm going to do a quick BRB. And need to get better about like just standing up and stretching during these longer streams. So time to show off my new BRB screen. Have some music, BRB, get yourself a drink, use the bathroom, whatever. I'll be back in like 3 minutes maybe. All right. Let's see. Switch it back over. Sorry to interrupt the cool music with my stupid voice, but that's the way it has to be. And yeah, Phantasy Star 4, great game. Has some of my favorite title screen music of all time. Like, it's one of the few games where I boot up the game and I just let it sit on the title screen for like a few minutes just because the music's so good. See, whatever is playing now, just Dungeon 5. This will be cave music. See, didn't have time for item shop in true Turbo Quest fashion. 50 potions, baby. See ya, Gamma. Thanks for swinging by. I had dinner right before the stream myself. So 50 potions. If you run out of potions, too bad. I'm not going to make you give the potions back in this game, though. So, this engine, MZ, is, for the most part, the database they start you with is very good. They give you a lot of different like skills and stuff right off the bat, which is great if you want to make a quick game and don't want to have to invent all the skills yourself. MV was kind of bad in that regard. It had like 10 skills and that's it. The enemies tab is the only one that's deficient. For some reason, they only bothered building a few enemies off the bat. I mean, obviously the number of graphics is, as good as it's ever been, but they kind of skimped on the built-in enemies, so to build some of these ourselves. I'm going to start off by reskinning. Actually, we don't have time to reskin. We do need to have one tribute to classic Turbo Quest. Turbo Quest, in Turbo Quest, I took every monster that was like had titties and made it in the game as a monster. That was just the funny joke in Turbo Quest. So let's see if what is the most titty of all of these enemies, and that will be. Well, that's certainly a design. All right, tentative winner is the Harpy here. Yes, sexy snake chick, right? If we see a sexy snake chick, she'll be in. Oh, Medusa here. You know what? Our journey stops there. Sexy snake chick. She's in. Also, let's see. Maybe double check my battle system real quick. I want to do time progress in this. I'm going to do... Actually, we'll do active. Let's see. Anything else? Leave the rest alone for now. Oh, window color. Windows can be red in this game. And, while I'm thinking about system tab, where is it? Title screen? Yeah, that's epic right there. Alright, I have 2 of these. Because we're using side view, I'm going to make sure to put the dudes on the side. Oh, hi, monster. Alright, High Monster will be the boss of this level. Just gonna use the standard random encounter system. Put a boss here. Let's see, monster. I don't think we got a sexy snake chick. Ooh, I think the harpy has a sprite. We'll use her for the thing. Let's see. Shit, what were the things? The ingredients? Ear of turkey. I am the guardian of the ear of turkey. Alright. We have epic battle music. Where is change battle BGM? There it is. Actually, we're gonna use that fucking stanky ass dubstep battle music for this. Oh wait, High Monster was supposed to be the boss. Well, whatever. We made a goof. By the way, this engine also has self switches. It's a neat feature where you could just set a self switch per event. I'm using the regular ones though, just in case I want to be able to reference these switches from elsewhere. Jeez, what was I thinking of? Oh, this kind of slaps. Gotta put a few more treasures in here. Actually, let's put the meat shield in this dungeon. I don't know if that cave is on. Let me make sure I can even walk on that cave tile on the world map. Yes. That title screen, baby. Alright, you can. Let's double check equipment on the people. I think Priscilla needs a weapon. We'll put it in Southampton. Change her class to Priscilla's a knight. Yeah. she uses. Alright, sword, spear, and axe. I think I remember seeing axe already made in here. Yeah, so there's a hand axe for Priscilla. And let's see. I'm going to start a new game real quick just to refresh everything. No time to build in debug features. Guys, I'm so slow. I have a need for speed. This walk speed's gonna cause so many problems with like the random encounters. Also, it seems like it didn't do side view. Did I mess it up? Yeah, I did. I wanted to do side view for this. There's Buck. Buck with the gun. EX points. By the way, I'm not gonna bother making this game like challenging or anything, because it's Turbo Quest. All I can do is press attack. Oh, or use potions. By the way, check out the particle effects they got going. That's one thing they changed with this version of RPG Maker, is they added like particle effects through the animations rather than sprite sheets. Also, hopefully you hear my voice okay over this music, because it's really loud on my end. Oops, that's a mistake. I might need to turn down the boss's HP. Yeah, I'm gonna tone down the boss a bit. I'll do most of the game balance stuff off stream, because that's just like numbers. Let's see, what is high monster? 1,000? Yeah, you have 500 now. Also, I'm gonna, for my own sanity, I'm gonna have a way to turn off the extreme speed. You know what? Sure, it's a dog after you talk to it. And then that'll toggle between dog and fairy, as all good things do. All right. So let's see. Let's take inventory of our world map right now, and just the game in general. We got Southampton. I'm going to call Southampton done for now until we have all the things. Oh, we need to make the items in the database. Just that here, I guess. Let's see, what was it? Ear of Turkey. Let's just use this orb thing for all the key items for now. Oh, this is new to MZ. I thought this was just going to be a drop down for like a few different things, but no, we've got. Oh, okay. It doesn't give you. That's sad. You don't have one enemy or ally. That would have been neat to have, but. Let's see. Wow, I guess this is the Eart of Turkey, isn't it? Let's see. Toxic slime. Literally the plague. Mecha figurine. So those are accounted for. Crunkville. I think Crunkville is going to be this castle, and it's going to be a dungeon. I'll do that. I might do that one off stream. All right. Stone Cave. We need to lower the encounter steps. Swine flu should be poison status effect. You know what? Yes. Good idea. Swine flu is in. We need to have an enemy with the skill that inflicts it as well. Sexy snake chick, that's your job. Is there a poison skill in here? Let me make sure it actually does what I think it does. Venom. Yeah. Don't need body slam. Alright, sexy snake chick. One of the well-known sources of swine flu. Alright, I'm gonna consider that done then. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and map Crunkville on stream. Maybe I'll do the ending off stream, actually. That would be the best thing to leave in as a surprise. We'll do sci-fi outside. Let's see, get some music for this. Town 5 it is. Now, if you're used to old RPG Maker, this tile set is gonna be some new shit to you. In fact, it's new shit to me. Like, they got like roads. Like fucking, I don't know what any of this is supposed to be. Oh, this is asphalt bridge. Which is, if you look down here at the very bottom left where my mouse cursor is jiggling as I hover over tiles. I don't know when they added that to RPG Maker, but you can, when you include an image for a tile set, you can also add a text file for like metadata, like what name to show down there and stuff like that. I don't know the format or how it works. I've never edited those myself. But it's a thing that's in there. Demonic Ground. So I guess you could do that to tell people what you were going for with the graphic, in case it's not obvious from the little tile. Anyway, asphalt bridge. Isn't there like pavement or something? Concrete floor. Hell yeah, let's do that. Dirty floor, bumpy tile. Oh, that's a, you know what? That's old Turbo Quest aesthetic right there, but I'm gonna leave it. What is that? That's a building. It's gonna be a 2-floor building. Look at that. Give it a little more depth to it. Oh, it's called Outer Wall P Chinese. That's the name of it. Outer Wall L Chinese. You know what? Fucking just duplicate the design. Ooh, that's even better because it's slightly off. I need to lampshade this real quick. Is there just the regular signpost in this tile set? Oh, you have an elephant slide as an option. You know what? Use this radioactive sign for now. Good enough. Yeah, mirrored buildings are bad luck, so we're not doing them here. All right. Let's see, what water options do we have here? I feel like you gotta have. Okay, that's gonna be there too. I feel like you gotta have water. You know. Some people say you can have too much water, and it would go so far as to give a video game a 7.8 out of 10 for it, but I don't know. Alright, put trees over there. Looking very professional. This design with all these trees. Tile carpet, sure thing. With some of that water there. This is the town statue. You know, this is named after the founder of the town. I'm having to lean into my monitor to tell what some of these tiles are on this view. Alright, that's actually a sign. Hold on, we need... Alright guys, this is the founder of the town. This potted plant, this is a statue of the founder of the town. Does anyone have a good name for this person who looks like a potted plant? This is your chance to have your bad name immortalized. Alright, the bongle tree it is. May he never make like a tree and leave us. Founder of this great town. Okay, big gotcha in RPG Maker is when you so many times when you pick something like from tiles, the priority will default to be low instead of same as characters, and that makes it so you can walk on it, and it's annoying. So you gotta manually put same as characters. Oh, I think it was already there because I copy pasted from that. That's what happened. You get so used to working around nonsense, and then when something's the way it should be from the start, it throws you off. Oh yeah, cars. They got cars in this tile set? What's this actually look like? Oh yeah, we're making a parking lot, you guys. There's a tank. Okay. RPG Maker's wild these days. With all the new stuff it has. This guy had a hard time. You know what? Yeah, that one's in the water. All right, what? Let's make a path of these. You know, that one's attached to the building. We're fine with that. And more water to gate off this part of the town. Use strength on the truck to catch Mew. Alright, you know what? We're doing it. Mew is going to be a... Hold on, let's... It's time to make Mew in the RPG Maker character editor. Mew, who's obviously a kid. Let's see, what's the... Alright, that's... yeah. Just... Actually, Mew's like kind of pink, right? Yeah. Mew has ears of some kind. Let's get rid of hair if we can. I remember vaguely what Mew looks like. Yeah, definitely. Mew can have, you know, Mew's not gonna have a cape on. Oh, tail. Mew has a tail. Mew doesn't have a mouth, you're right. Oh no, there's no mouth option. Alright, this one right here. I'm gonna leave the crying eyes because it's funny. This is a great value Moogle, is what this is. I guess that's the most Mew-like of the tails. Alright, ship it. Mew is going to be a party member. Let's see, Sorry, Albert, you're getting replaced. Weak to apples and pester balls. Pokemon Snap, the true incarnation of Mew. No, we need to do this right, you guys. Settings or encoding. We need to there we go. The Pokemon Mew. Also, that was your one chance to see what spicy text file names I might have had open at the time. If any of you spotted Past Saga Chapter 6 notes on there. I don't actually remember what all text files I had open at the time, besides like notes.txt where I just dump everything. Alright, so there's Mew. Mew's gonna have Dragon Staff as a weapon. Actually, yeah, Mew's just gonna have like all end game equipment. I mean, you're pushing the truck here, so. Use strength on a truck. Alright, if you do... Wait, we could do this better. Sorry, but I need to put a tiny bit of effort into this. It's gonna be miscolored, because sure, why not? Where is truck? There is truck. Alright. Play, where's the battle animation thingy? Show animation. This event. Or is there like an explosion? Yeah. And then play a sound effect. Which of these is the Mew sound effect? Oh wait, we already had a meow. What was it called? Cat or meow or... Alright, that's Mew. Alright, self switch. And that blows up the whole truck. Alright. Excellent idea. I kind of want to like test that. This will be the way out of town. Hell fucking yeah, I'm winning. Alright, check this out. We're gonna use strength on the truck, Scro. You ready for this? Yes! Mew joined the party! We found Mew under the truck! It's amazing. It's such a good Mew. Yeah, the character generator is a real piece of work. Mew, the sorcerer. Alright. That works. In fact, it didn't work perfectly, but I'm going to leave it. Mew's going to be level 99 when he starts. Like, Mew's just going to completely shit on everything. You basically win the game at that point. So the speedrun strategy is to get to Crunkville as fast as possible so that you can unlock Mew. Alright. See, these buildings, I think are just going to be out of order. But need to do this a little more carefully. You know, need to mix up our out of order things. So yes, Scrub, this is Crunkville's theme. This music's actually this music's fantastic. I love it. Alright, is there like Evil Knight? Yes. or missed it. That's a good typo. We're keeping that. You scoundrel.
No hogs allowed!
Alright, so there. Those buildings are, you know, the player is to assume that these buildings are fully developed on the inside and that this is the only thing blocking. Also, put some windows on the top floors, you know, so people inside have a way to look out. See, put some street lights here. I'm good at clicking. I'm a real good clickist. Facing the wrong way, I don't give a damn. This is the casino also. So you know there's some real good shit going on in there. Alright, we do need NPCs in this town. Okay, that was weird. The list takes a moment to load. Alright, the king. Here he is, the king. He's here. King of the world. I am the king of the world. Boom. NPC finished. Yeah, NPC finished. Anyone have any NPCs they want to see made? If you got just a name or an idea, let me have them. That was... I think... Yeah, that was this person. Alright, this person's name is Jorvis Burnside. My side isn't the only thing that burn. A cop, something, pig pun. Cool. Let's see. Is there a police officer? I feel like there might be. No? Well, guess we're getting the pig. Halt, this is the police. Take off your clothes. See. You creep. Wait, we need one more line of dialogue in here. I don't know why we need this. We need a Buck in here too. Hey, that's my line. Good idea. Whoops, guess we misspelled it as Crunkville, didn't we? But we'll add Crunkville proper. Let's get another sign. Actually, we need to... And we'll put... Population U. Smiley face. I really want to use this fucking demonic ground tile. This, again, this might be too much production value, but we gotta make exceptions sometimes. Like putting this much effort into properly using cliff tiles. Is there a ladder? Yes. See what can go up here. A drink machine. See. It's gonna silently increase everyone's level by 1, but also give you a super potion. It's gonna tell you about the super potion, but not the level up by 1. Costs you though, and then we're going to change gold, subtract 33. We gotta play a sound effect too. Very important. Is there like vending machine sound effect? Ooh, what's disappointment? Yes. Oh, that's right. I just remembered I wanted to, where's terms? Where's gold? Currency. Bones. I forgot about that for a while. Yeah, infomercial demonstration reaction. Alright, and to reward the player for coming here, it's going to be a treasure chest. We're going to use a different treasure chest graphic. We're going to use a blue one. Because this one has... This one has the mecha figurine. I don't know why my scroll wheel doesn't work in this. Maybe that's a bug on their end. So the mecha figurine is obtained in this town. And we have the toxic slime, I believe, from the stone cave. Let me double check. I think I forgot to actually give it to the player. Oh wait, it's Ear of Turkey that's in here. High Monster needs to just drop Ear of Turkey. That's what it is. Actually, we need to pad out the game. So, Ear of Turkey is going to be a lower drop rate. You got a 1 in 10, or you be a little more generous. 1 in 5 shot of Ear at Turkey. Let's see, and she will only disappear when you have the Ear of Turkey. One in 256 Sword of Kings. a pet system. Yeah, we're gonna beat the Pokemon RPG Maker mod people at their own game. We already have Mew in this game, so. And yeah, Seahawk, EA, Bobby Kotick, if you're watching this, you could learn a thing or two about making games. Does Bobby Kotick still exist? Did he ever exist? Was he EA? I forget. I don't know I know it's like Todd Howard, and that's the only person that's like a games figure that people make fun of that I actually know what they work on. I know Todd's Bethesda, but Bobby Kotick, is he EA? Activision, that's it. Oh, I need a reference. That works. And you just have to refight her constantly until you get the 1 in 5 Ear of Turkey drop. So we've just created content right there. That is mad gameplay. Buffer experience as well. Let's play test some stuff. Haven't done that lately. Hell yeah, Scro. If you dump any NPC names, if you want to just throw a handful in chat, I will actually make them after this playtest. Oh, I need to test the walk speed toggle. That's what I need to test. Alright. That works. Yeah, king of the world. All right, let's get Mew. Yeah, Mew is insanely strong. Oh no, this. Oh wait, can this? Okay, this is a bridge, so it can be walked on this way, but not this way. That's a puzzle. The player will have to figure that out. And so you can see 821 bones, 656, but we have mysteriously leveled up to 8. So if you, that's your bonus for watching the stream, as you know of that exploit. It'll help you turbocharge your game so that you can. Oh shit! Fuck him up, Mew. Good idea, Siak. I'll do that after I edit. Shit, Mew missing. Yeah, it's the default option, and I kind of like it. I think it's fitting. Oh shit. The encounter rate. I made the encounters more frequent in here. I forgot about that. I'll probably undo that. Actually, no. It's easy to run away. I'll leave it as it is. Listen to this music, Scro. Oh, hi, monster. Alright, guys, time to grind for the Ear of Turkey. Make sure this works properly. I'm not going to do all that on stream. Sort of people playing this game to deal with. Let's listen to that stanky battle music some more. Alright. Time for Seahawk's idea. Alright, look at that event list grow in the thing. I wonder if it's less laggy if I have this view on. Oh, okay, that actually, whatever, not a big deal. Yeah, Scro, I'm hoping there's some quiet fun and just watching me like think of shit in like real time and just type whatever diarrhea like leaks out. Well, I mean, you could do a common event, but you would still have to manually link each one, so it's like there's no real point. Actually, you know what? Let's use common events. Hell yeah. And then what we can do is, first of all, we can delete all these. Because this will allow us to edit all of them at once in the future if we want to. I don't know if you guys can hear my keyboard. Common event. And we could play a sound. Is there like a screaming in pain sound? Like the Mario Maker? Yes. I'll take it. Put a chest in the middle? Will do. The chest, the chest is just going to do the same thing when you open it, though. You think I'm programming a separate thing for that treasure chest? Come on now. There. Treasure chest guaranteed to work. Hold on, we put that there. Got to do it. All right. So Crunkville, I'm going to call that done for now. I think we made a lot of content in that town right there. Like, look at this whole field of content in the middle. Each one of these squares equals one content. So we got Stone Cave, World 1. Alright, that's the final dungeon. I'm not going to make that on this stream. But I do have some NPCs I need to make. So let's find some room for them. Southampton, I think, has room for more NPCs. Let's see, what were those names? Heckhelsman. Alright, so Heck Helsman, he's in the game now. Aria de Volume. You know, we can put some NPCs in the Stone Cave too. You know, have a goal worth achieving. What was her sprite again? SF People 2. Oh, there's no face for her. Well, I guess she looks like this, doesn't she? It's Hellman's, I would know, I buy it. Shout out to Mayonnaise. Maybe I'll, you know, grab a spoonful of it during my next BRB. That's a good one. King. See, that's how my thought process does. I make a shitty typo, Kings of Rocks, and then I fucking write Henry VIII in there. That's classic right there. You guys gotta give me props for that one. See, Horatio Bunk will be over here. This guy's gonna be Horatio Bunk. Alright, Horatio Bunk, he's going to advocate for vegetables. Put an NPC over here. This one will be Fabio Fabuloso, who's a Alright, so this guy's got some smug, fabulous dialogue. See, and Rusty, Rusty Bucket Bay. See. We'll put him on the world map. Alright, Rusty Bucket Bay, he likes boats, but he does not like touching orbs. He thinks they give you cooties. So there, we got all those NPCs in. NP season. Alright, gotta change the music now. That's not pumping enough. That's pumping. Hell yeah, all contributions are appreciated and will be in the final game. I mean, the game's mostly done already. So let's see, we have 2 items accounted for. The Ear of Turkey and Mecha figurine have been given to the player at this point. So Literally the Plague and Toxic Slime. I think Literally the Plague is going to be the badass one you get from the Florida dungeon. Hell yeah, Seahawk. Just do this. Put this like under your other programming jobs that you have. Like if anyone asks about, certain kinds of document formats you might have worked on, dodge that, say, okay, but let's talk about TurboQuest. Alright, so Literally the Plague is going in the dungeon I'm going to do off stream, so Toxic Slime remains. Shit, we need to add another dungeon to this map, so let's do some mapping. So, carve that mountain in 2. I'm going to put a sign pointing out what happened to this mountain. Don't be like this mountain. Keep it together. We're gonna wall off. I don't want the next place to be a castle, so I'm gonna wall this off. There. So you cannot go in that castle. The tree's gonna talk. All right. So there's this little temple thing. This will be the next dungeon right here. And I'm going to map the next dungeon. See. This is going to be a shout out to the random guy who joined the stream and asked a few questions about RPG Maker, but didn't actually suggest stuff. So Konguo, I don't know if you're watching, but you did participate and you did follow me. So this temple's for you, buddy. All right. Need dungeon music. Yeah, I kind of want to listen to this some more. Wait, need the quieter version for me ears. Konguo's blocks, dude, hell yeah. We're doing it. We are going to touch Konguo's blocks. Ooh, look at this techno wall. Anyway, this is a temple, so let's get some tile floors. We got a main room. It's gonna have a little side room. This room's gonna have some water in it. And a waterfall. It's gonna have 3 waterfalls. Kongyo's Banana Horde. Wow, that looks stinky. We're gonna use the actual things, I think. And then delete these auto shadows that it so gracefully gave me. Good enough. We are going to use this, though. This is elite right here. It's going to be the exit. Sure. I don't know why I clicked. Those look like weird beards. That was just kind of a misclick, but it's not. No, it's no bueno. The floor needs to be walk-onable. Alright, I'm going to do a quick BRB before I finish this dungeon. Be back in like a few minutes. Let me turn on some music and put my BRB screen on. Hell yeah. Alright. I am returned. Just as the song naturally fades out. That works out nicely, doesn't it? Those ideas are both fantastic and will be in. I'm putting them in. You know, that's another common event for the feedback tile. How's my driving at Microsoft.com? Yes. I'm gonna put one that's mandatory, but have the rest of them just be in like weird spots. An NPC with the survey. We can mix. What we could do is we could take that idea, the survey NPC, and mix it up with Scrow's idea with the scorpion or whatever. But so instead of killing you, it asks. So what do you think? Like, what are your thoughts? We value your opinions here at Scorpicorp. Yeah, let's get some ancient tablets put together. The wall in this room. Gotta have a fountain to make the tablet really noticeable. Oh shit, they got these things. Where's it at? Now, one problem with that approach is I don't think we have a scorpion sprite. So we'll have to probably improvise. Let's see. What do we have? We have these giant monsters, which I don't know if those are going to work right. Actually, because I don't think I can make like you ride on them. I don't know why I clicked that door. It was an accidental double click. Yeah, that monster. Well, how about this? Instead of a scorpion, it's a dark knight. Where you cross on a dark knight, and the dark knight slays you with a sword. So the parable speaks, but so spake the parable. And yeah, I like the idea of putting something on the back of the tablet. see, what's the crossability on this tablet? Good, you can walk behind it. So we'll do, if player is facing down, get the special message. Dark Knights, the enemies from Crunkville. Yeah, you'll already be. That's it. The game's already trained you to hate these guys. They kept you out of the casino. But this, okay, and as a tribute to the amusement park idea and the Scorpion thing that we won't use, this will be property of Scorpy Park. There we go. Create else branch. Betrayal scenario? Let's see, gotta write this parable. Think about how I want to word it. This is tough, man. You gotta think of how it won't. Well, you know, let's just write shit down since we're a quick way. Let's see. Guy who crossed the river. We're gonna call him Ford Rivers. That's the guy's name. Ford Rivers lived in a quiet village. The woods were surrounded by impassable mountains on every side except one. Was surrounded by river, which was by an unfordable river. Because of this, the villagers lived a secluded life, but they were happy. That's the first tablet. The second one will talk about Ford wanting to leave the town. When you defeat the Dark Knights, that's good. Yeah, when you defeat the Dark Knights. I'll have a Dark Knight be like the boss. I'm just gonna go ham with the Dark Knights in this dungeon. In fact, let me make sure there's a Dark Knight enemy sprite. There probably is. It's probably even called Dark Knight. No? It's gotta be... Wait, there we go. Black Knight. Okay, the other word for dark. Yeah, this Yawn Coma is really gonna yonk at the heartstrings of the people playing this game. see, need to decorate this room a bit. Put a few of these in here. I'm gonna change the music I'm listening to. Sure. Gotta mix up the music you're listening to sometimes. You know, this isn't what I was using, but it's what I'm using now. It's the second floor has a different demeanor to it. Alright, gotta have the second tablet in here. I'm not gonna write it. I'm not gonna put a new message on the back of all of them though. This is lazy. They were mostly happy, except for young Ford Rivers. Ford was cursed with the curiosity that led him to spend his days dreaming of the outside world. What wonders lie beyond those mountains? What stories lie past that river, waiting to be told? It ate away at Ford until he could no longer afford to to keep living as he has been. To keep living this way. He set out to find a way across the river. Next one will be where he is warned of what happened to people who crossed. He's going to find a dark knight, and the dark knight was like, "Hey, let's cross the river." And the people said, "No, you shouldn't do that. The dark knight kills you." And part 4 will be where he dies. This room has statues in it. I'm literally just picking whatever wall tile my mouse lands on at this point. I'm sure Kongyuo will forgive me for desecrating his temple in this manner. While I'm thinking of it, I do need a way out of the dungeon. I'll go ahead and code this. Gotta make the new tablet room. This is a food chewing ASMR stream now. If you guys do hear any like lip smacking or whatever, I guess let me know. There might be a bit of that. I had some cashews during my BRB, and those do tend to get stuck in the teeth. I'm not keen on how loud my mouth sounds might be, so please let me know. If it's bad, I'll try to get better about it. Or maybe it's bad and you guys like it. I don't know what you guys are into. Also, this dungeon is going to be the last part of the stream. I am feeling a little bit brain fried. It's getting there, so probably another 20-30 minutes left of the stream. And then I'll do a little bit off stream tomorrow, like the final dungeon. And then if I do another stream tomorrow, it'll probably just be like some wrap-ups. I do want to give people a chance to play it, though. Yeah, definitely got to recharge the Genius RPG brain. I've actually made more progress on this today than I thought I would, like already. Hell yeah, I am both machine and man. A machine man, if you will. But, you know, any good machine man needs to take a little time to lubricate. Alright, so there's Ford telling him, I don't know if you guys could even read that text, but that was Ford. Here, I'll read it for you. One day, while exploring the area by the river, Ford happened upon a dark night. The dark night offered to ferry Ford across the river. Ford decided to come back the next day with his answer.
The Dark Knight will kill you! None who attempt to cross the river survive! You embark on a fool's journey!
Ford's message that he planned to leave the village was met with shock and terror, not to mention stern disapproval. But his heart was already set. The next day, Ford would sail away with the Dark Knight. So we have one more room with the tablet in the conclusion, and then the sailing sequence. Hold on, gotta decorate this room. Have some columns. Post a PogChamp in chat if you love columns. Alright. Put that music on. Actually, that music's too much. Let's put it on Field 2. Yeah, there's a PogChamp. That's what you like to see. I haven't played Columns since I was a kid, actually, on the Sega Genesis. Like, I never had it. A friend had it. Like, I played it when I was like 7 or something, and I liked it, but I never like went back to it. I wonder if it's in that Genesis collection. It probably is, and I just overlooked it. All right, so this is gonna have a ladder in the corner. I'm gonna have another tablet with a message on the back of it. Alright, if you're reading this, you have 3 butt cheeks. That's what it says on the back of the sign. Yeah, are Columns and Puyo, like, I don't know if I'd even classify, did Columns have, like, 1v1, like, battles in it? I forget. Because if not, I would probably call them, like, a different genre of puzzle game altogether. But yeah, I'm a big Puyo fan also, and RL for Smash, I agree. Hope it happens. Ford met with the Dark Knight. Climb aboard, he said to Ford. Ford climbed atop the Knight's back and the Knight went for a swim. About halfway across the river, the Knight stopped swimming. Hey, what's the holdup? Said Ford. But then his gaze. Knights. And he knew it was the last thing he'd ever set eyes upon. Used his sword. The Knight used his sword and killed Ford to death. The end. The Parable has been written. Here's some more columns. Look at this weird pink column. Do that. Make sure. Put some. I think the game designers call this signposting. Make sure people know to read these shits. It's very important. You wouldn't just not read the signs in a video game, would you? Of course not. You're good gamers. All right, so that's the first thing at the temple. I'll have to put I might put enemies in there later, and then the river will be the last. Actually, no, I think I'm gonna leave the river as a surprise because I want to. If there's one thing I put effort into, I think that cutscene might be it. Of the river crossing. I want to mull over that one for a bit. So that's going to not be today. That'll be either off stream or tomorrow. But anyway, a refresher of where we have the Kongyo Temple will be the resting spot of the toxic slime. And then all we have left is the final dungeon to give literally to Plague. And with these 4 ingredients, Buck will be back to normal. See, I'm going to call it there. As for tomorrow's stream, I'll probably do a stream tomorrow. It'll probably be, instead of starting at like 5 like I did today, it'll probably be closer to like 6 or 7. The usual time. Not as many. I started early today because I knew it might run a little long, and I wanted to go ahead and get started because I couldn't wait to start this, and I've been having a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this. This is a bit of a different stream for me, but it's been a lot of fun, and I look forward to finishing this. The game will be released this weekend. If not tomorrow night, then sometime Sunday morning. I'll make sure I know how to get in contact with most of you guys. So I'll post it somewhere, and everyone can play Turbo Quest. They can get it at release. You don't have to wait in line at GameStop. You just get it online. It'll be great. All right, yeah, I'm gonna end the recording here. Peace and end the stream also. So later, dudes.